How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be jumping into some live Legend League attacks using Fireball into Rocket Balloons at Town Hall 18. And as you can see, I am sitting kind of top 200 at the moment. And I've made a few changes to the Fireball Rocket Balloon army. As you can see, I went plus 306 today with it and did pretty well on my other accounts as well. Yesterday, I was kind of still testing it out and I was trying different approaches. So not the best score, but we'll be jumping into the live Legend League attacks today. I'll be trying to explain myself as much as I can on the changes that I made. But as you can see, the changes that I'll bring up in a second are a recall spell. So I'm bringing the recall spell now, and I'm also taking 2 ice golems and bringing 2 totem spells because those spells are really, really good and very versatile. So yeah, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Also, real quick, I will be doing a giveaway of 1 Books of Clash scenery. All you guys have to do to enter is leave a like, leave a comment down below, and also be subscribed, obviously. And I'll pick the winner in a few days' time. Alright, so starting right off, we have a base that I think, or an attack that I think is a good example of how I've been trying to execute Fireball Rocketloon attacks at Town Hall 18. And yeah, you'll see the reasoning why I bring a recall. Firstly, the idea is I'm going to fireball the core of the base here. Any high value part of the base is good enough. Obviously, for a ring base, core is very, very nice. So I'm going to go for that. And there is a revenge tower, as you'll notice. So that's another high value target that you may want to be going for with the fireball. Obviously, it kind of depends how much value is around it, but for this base, I get a lot of value. So I'm going to go for a fireball into the core. And what I'm going to do is, after I've done the fireball, I'm going to recall the warden out and have him placed on the outside of the base. The whole idea is to not have him deal with the long range guardian, because most people at the moment are running the long range guardian setup. So yeah, I prefer not to deal with that. And my first idea was to just simply bring a recall spell and recall him out and let him do his thing on the outside of the base. So here, really easy fireball. You'll see the long shot guardian is locked onto my warden, so I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, deal a little bit more damage to the scatter shot, and then just recall him out as soon as he takes a bit of damage. Recall him out, let him do his thing on the outside. Now, you'll also notice that I spent a bunch of rocket balloons. And in my opinion, that's okay, because you're not going to be using that many rocket balloons to support the warden. Since he is on the outside of the base, you can, support him with a few spells if he needs them. But most of your rocket balloons can go into the flame flinger setup and funneling your heroes. That's another important thing. And you'll see I don't really need to do it in this base because I've already set up a nice flame flinger that kind of funnel the heroes into the town hall. But yeah, you can use your rocket balloons pretty freely, as I said, and the idea is you're going to warden or you're going to hero dive, so you're going to send the king and the queen into the town hall. That's pretty much my whole approach, is I'm just going to hero dive the town hall, I'm going to fireball anywhere on the base where it gets good value, and have the warden just stay on the outside of the range of the guardian. And as you see here, yeah, we still have the RC. I mean, the queen got good value. I'm bringing 2 totem spells, which you'll see how I use them in a second. I mean, as I said, they are very, very flexible, so you can use them in different ways. Here, we're just going to send in the RC. Nice invis on the king. That was a really clutch invis because I kept the king non-invisible, and yeah, the warden was able to stay alive because of that. And yeah, we wrapped this one up. Not really even that close, I don't think. Still have a bit of time. Time is also not an issue with this attack, or not as much of an issue in my opinion. But yeah, let's jump right into the next one. So I believe this base was used in World Championships. Obviously this one is a little bit tweaked because it has extra defenses added. But also, you might notice that there's not going to be any temporary defenses in these replays, since I recorded these attacks maybe a week ago. And yeah, I've been playing Fireball Rocketloons ever since, and honestly, those temporary defenses don't really affect Fireball Rocketloons all that much. The only temporary defense that puts up a good fight is the Hero Bell. And from what I've seen so far, at least in High Legends, not that many people are running it. So yeah, the approaches don't really change up with the temporary defenses added. And yeah, you'll see in this attack, I mean, I'm aiming for the Builder Hut in the core because first off, I'm going to get the CC, my number one target, the CC. Secondly, I'm going to get the Revenge Tower. So if you can get both of these defenses out with the Fireball, then yeah, provided that there's good pathing, you know, after the Fireball is done, then go for it. Obviously, getting both of them here, plus the Fire Spitter is just insane value, plus also the Poison Spell Tower, so here it's kind of obvious. But you also might have noticed I placed the Flame Flinger at the top. I'm trying to keep everything zoomed out, that way I can keep an eye on my Flame Flinger as well. And setting up a double in this Fireball here, very, very nice. And I have a recall on standby here. I'm waiting around just a little bit to just get a little bit more value out of my Warden to make sure that, you know, this RC is down. Because, again, I'm going to Hero Dive the Town Hall. So I want to take out some buildings there. I'm going to take out this multi-arch tower and then start the heroes. That way they don't have to backtrack to go to it. And yeah, you see, 1 minute 30, I start my Hero Dive. The Warden goes up, so wait around on the recall spell. Sometimes you don't have to recall him right after the Fireball. If he goes to the correct side where you want him to go, then just let him do his thing. And the recall spell is going to act like a lifeline. So you saw there, he was taking a lot of damage. And I just recalled him out to the right side because the Flame Flinger was doing its thing still up top. So didn't need to recall him anywhere else. And also you might have noticed that the Totem spell here was used for the Hero Dive. And honestly, like from the week of playing this this army, or the week and a half, I guess, I've been trying to use totem spells for the hero dive, since yeah, your hero dive. If you're hero diving the town hall, your queen is kind of the only troop that can get the town hall. So you really want to make sure that the heroes get the value and get to the town hall, and totem spells provide that protection very, very well. But here, yeah, you see 30 seconds left. I'm just going to send the RC, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. So another double poison ring, and just like with the first attack, you're going to fireball the core. What you will fireball, though, in the core is the question. If you fireball the ricochet cannon in the core, that's going to get you what? That's going to get you the CC and the builder hut, and that's it. So that's not a very good fireball. Instead, going for this builder hut in the core is way better because you get the Inferno and you get the other ricochet cannon as well. So that's what I'm going to go here. I'm also going to set up a Flame Flinger because here the plan was fireball the core, have the Flame Flinger kind of funnel the multi-arch tower and the multi-gear tower, and push my heroes in through kind of this poison spell compartment at 2 o'clock. That was the plan, at least. And I found a few Teslas with the Flame Flinger, always very nice kind of bonus for Flame Flinger value. Here, just being careful of the multi-arch tower with the Expo, adding in a couple of Rocketloons kind of to tank for that multi-arch tower damage. And yeah, looking pretty solid at this point. We're just going to wait around a little bit and set up the fireball in a second. And yeah, the Flame Flinger is doing its thing. The plan here was, I mean, looking back at it, the plan was okay. The only issue I have with this is that the town hall is very far on the outside. Like if you hero dive from the top side, the town hall is going to be on the back end. So you'll see where I deploy the warden, and probably was not the best choice for me, since, well, he's going to be taking quite a bit of damage here with the long shot guardian where I deploy him. You'll see I'll deploy him at the bottom side. I probably should have deployed him on the left side. That way he would have stayed very, very safe in that left compartment. And yeah, you'll see in a second the long shot is going to lock onto him. Also notice how I deployed the 2 ice golems. I did not deploy them correctly there. The best way I think to deploy them is 1 by 1. So once the first one pops, deploy the second one. That way the freeze effect is not wasted. But yeah, since the Warden is taking so much damage, I really have to invest the spells into him instead of the Hero Dive. And yeah, that's okay, I think. But obviously, well, in my opinion, it would have been a little bit better if I did deploy him on the left and just kept him outside of the damage and just let the heroes and just use the rage spell and the totem spells for the hero dive instead. But yeah, it's looking okay still. I mean, the funnel was not amazing, but the queen ends up going there. You see what I mean? Like the town hall is very far on the back end of this hero dive, so it's a questionable approach. But yeah, it does work out very well. We still have the RC in the back pocket. 20 seconds left. Very comfortable triple, and yeah, we'll jump into the next attack. So here we have another ring base, and I think this is a pretty toxic one for Fireball Rocketloons, especially if you don't have the recall spell because the long shot covers pretty much the entire base, right? You have wherever you fireball, your warden is probably going to start taking damage from him. Um, but again, you'll see a similar tendency of me going for the CC, and if I can get the CC plus the revenge tower plus a couple of more defenses, that's really good value. And here the plan was fireball the revenge tower, get both expos, get the CC, get the revenge tower, and well, I'm gonna set up a flame flinger at the top right hand side. Now, I'll take out a bunch of defenses there with the flame flinger, and then I'm gonna push my heroes hopefully into the 11 o'clock compartment. So the flame flinger again is gonna act like a funneling tree. Basically, it's gonna try to push my heroes into the town hall, and yeah, that's at least the plan. If the warden does end up going up towards that side, then I will recall him back down. If he goes down, then we'll just keep the recall as kind of the backup for the warden charge. Here, I just ice blocked him in place so that he didn't move. That way, I didn't have to use any invisibilities. And unfortunately, he does end up going up. And well, if you imagine, if I send the heroes in from the bottom, they would go all the way around the base. There's no chance that they would go for the town hall. So that's why it's quite important to make sure that the funnel is set up. If you can do that with a flame flinger, then obviously go for it. Again, I'm deploying these ice golems incorrectly. Deploy them one by one. That way they take damage one by one and the freeze effect is not wasted. And well, luckily here the one did survive, so it was all okay at the end. But yeah, here we're pushing the heroes in. The funnel is set up very well, it seems. I mean, the king is kind of going around, but he's going to go back in anyways. And, well, to be honest, it was set too well, because you'll see in a second, I pop my king ability, and yeah, he goes into the core of the base, just like I wanted him to. And unfortunately, the warden will join him. He will get lured over by the warden will get lured over by him, which you don't really want to see. Kind of messes up the attack a little bit, but yeah, we're keeping an eye out on the queen. We're making sure that this queen stays alive for as long as possible, since we do have a bunch of invisibility spells still remaining. Keeping the warden alive, just kind of yeah, trying to keep things moving through the base. If the warden went down, it would have been a lot smoother, because in that case, again, like you saw, the warden stayed out of damage. So if I saw that the warden was going to join the heroes, I can always recall him out and place him elsewhere. That way he does not join the heroes. So that's another nice thing about the recall spell. So this is a very common base, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will run into it sooner or later. Now, one thing I did notice, the way I would attack this base previously was to fireball the multi-gear tower beside the CC, but honestly, when I saw the revenge tower in that core, yeah, I noticed that builder hut. That builder hut beside the revenge tower on the left side will get you the CC. So again, I'm gonna go for the revenge tower fireball and also obviously get the CC, which is very good value. Gonna set up a flame flinger kind of on this left hand side. It gets okay value, nothing too crazy. But yeah, good enough. Careful of the warden. I do play with sound just for this exact reason. I heard the warden being shot by the queen and the ricochet cannon at the same time, so had to invest a spell into that. And yeah, as I was saying, the flame flinger is not going to get crazy value, but we're going to rely on the fireball value to yeah, to hopefully overpower the base. Now, heroes can be placed, well, you see, there's not really a great spot for them. There's no really good funnel for them, at least right now. But the town hall was kind of offset a little bit to the bottom side. So just because of that, just because I don't want my heroes to go, throughout the entire base to get to the town hall, I will send in my heroes from the side that is the closest to the town hall. So from the bottom side at this point. Obviously, there's a monolith there, but we'll have to deal with that anyways. And yeah, I recall the warden up because I want to push my heroes in through the bottom section of the base. And again, using the Rocketloons pretty freely here because I don't have to invest them into the warden charge quite as much since he's, recalled up and he's, staying for the majority part of the attack, he's staying fairly safe. And yeah, very good funnel here with the siege barracks. The scatter shot even got taken out, so that's very, very good. My queen is going to have direct access to the town hall now. It's going to snipe it out. And yeah, now it's all about the back end. Now, I did not use a rage, and I'm prepared to use it here on the warden. Sometimes you're going to have to use it on the warden. Sometimes you want to use it on the hero dive. It all depends, how much how many defenses are in an area where your hero dive is or where your warden is. But yeah, you're pretty flexible on that part, and same with totem spells. But as I was saying, I prefer to use totem spells to provide a bit of extra support for the hero dive to make sure I get the town hall. But yeah, very, very comfortable. 20 seconds left, and yeah, very, very nice. So I noticed quite a few people are running these core town hall bases, and I think they're just very popular at the moment just because not everyone is used to dealing with the town hall not being a defense. And yeah, it can make things a little bit tricky for sure here. As soon as I saw this base, I saw the fireball value onto the Inferno Tower. It's not very easy to see, but the Revenge Tower is in the core. So since it's 4 tiles away from the multi Inferno, you're gonna get the Revenge Tower with this fireball, plus obviously the CC and the Monolith. And here I opted to go for this Flame Flinger setup. I did not place it at the bottom side. I mean, you see, you could place the Flame Flinger at the 7 o'clock section. Um, Now, I kind of also misplayed that Flame Flinger because it would have been a lot better to place it into that Scattershot Ricochet Cannon area just to make sure well, you'll see in a second what I do with the heroes, but it would kind of funnel the heroes into the Town Hall at least. But yeah, a little bit of a misplay on my part. And yeah, we're just keeping an eye out on the Warden here. You'll see I'll let him deal with the multi-arch tower, and yeah, as soon as he steps into this multi-gear tower, what you can do is you can wait for him to take a little bit of damage from the multi-gear tower. And, well, actually, I did not end up using it in this attack, but I've seen this base multiple times, and that's what I've been trying to do is you let the Warden take a little bit of damage from the multi-gear tower, then you ice block, so he gets healed up. You do the fireball, and then you don't have to invest a spell like I do in this case. Like, I could have taken out this multi-gear tower for free, basically. Well, in return for a little bit of time, right? So, yeah, that's what you can do against this multi-gear tower setup. But here, I'm desperately trying to funnel the king into the base. You see these skeletons, unfortunately, they pull my king out of the base, which is not great. Obviously, that Flame Flinger got part of the funnel complete for my hero dive. He could have taken out the scatter shot as well. as I was saying, like if I played the Flame Flinger a little bit more up towards the top of the base, it would have been a little bit better in my opinion, because that way the funnel would have been set up a little bit cleaner. But my queen is taking damage now, so it's getting a little bit sketchy here. See, since the king did not get the ability off, yeah, I have to rage the queen. I mean, that rage was okay, I think. And at the same time, you have to pay very, very close attention to the warden, obviously. Taking a lot of damage here, multi-gear tower, or multi-arch tower. Fire spitter plus X-bow always requires close attention. But again, you see quite a bit of time still left on the clock. And yeah, we come away with yet another 3-star. So to wrap things up, you might have noticed that I did fail against Gaku. So I will show this attack replay in here, and you can see what went wrong. Now, he was running this double poison ring base, and I've seen a few versions of this base with the Revenge Tower in the core, and honestly, it's a pretty tricky base. It's not easy by any means. But usually, what I like to do is I like to fireball out one of the poison tower compartments, and I like to try to find as good of a flame flinger spot as I can. And in this case, I find a really, really nice spot because I also find the Tesla farm here at this bottom section of the base. And yeah, the plan here is to basically fireball the super wizard tower at the top side, take out that whole compartment right there, and hopefully have the warden go down towards the queen. And yeah, if he steps into too much damage, I can recall him out and place him at the hero hole. At least that was the general idea of the approach. Have him go into the hero hole and just, you know, pretty chill warden charge at that point. Obviously, he would be close to the flame flinger, but I would just make sure that the Yetis from the Flame Flinger go towards the left side, so that way he doesn't join them. But here, you see, yeah, I was 1 second too late with the free spell, and I lose the Warden, and yeah, at that point, you're just in recovery mode. You're trying to get the 2-star, and you're also trying to get as much percentage as you can. So, yeah, healers, you have to try to lure them over to the Queen. Do a little bit of a Queen charge here. This Multi-Inferno is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, we're going to try to snipe it out. But as I was saying, for my approach on this base, I would have tried to have the Warden go down, recall him out if needed. He probably wouldn't need to be recalled out for a while, to be honest. Like, I don't see all that much damage. And have my hero dive in from 12 o'clock, using the 2 totem spells onto this Revenge Tower in the core of the base, and try to grab the Town Hall from diving in from the top side of the base at like 1 o'clock ish. But yeah, this guy has Rocketloons in his CC, very, very toxic. I'm just going for the 2-star at this point. Recall spell, nothing to use it on. I should have used it on the queen after I took out the Town Hall, but I was a little bit late with that, but it is what it is. And yeah, unfortunately, we do fail against it, but yeah, the mistake was obvious here, so it is what it is. Happens to, I think, every single person. If you fail, it's not the end of the world because everyone else is failing as well. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.